Okay, so here's the deal. We are, as we talked about last time, coming back for the game against Bristol City in the league because they are one of the closest teams to us in the league, and it makes for quite the nice top of the table clash. And then we're just playing some other game. The some other game, it's in the FA Cup. That's fine. It's great that we're still in the FA Cup in March. But, no easy way to say it really, it's against Manchester City. We're going to get pumped. Crazy thing is, I have got a reputation from my Deportivo La Coruña save of knocking bigger teams out. So if we don't get pumped and I beat them, I've got to be very careful. I am recording this currently at 10:30 at night because I'm an absolute madman. Well, we've come this far. We're going to do it anyway. So let's see whether we can pull off a ridiculous upset in the FA Cup, one of the biggest ones there's possibly ever been, or just get swatted away like you'd expect us to. It's going to be the second one. Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to part number 14 of Club 2 here on MyCareer on Football Manager. My name is Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video where carnage, utter carnage, but hopefully we're going to have some fun while the carnage is ensuing. We are going to be playing Manchester City first in the FA Cup. Unfortunately, it is at our home ground rather than theirs, so we won't get quite as much money, but still quite nice to have that for our home fans. And then a little matter of top of the table Bristol City, who have unseated us at the top of the table. Can't remember if that had happened in the last video or not, but either way, they are currently top. We're not that far behind. We want to close that gap. I'm not bothered whether we do, because at the end of the day, we're still overachieving, but we'll do our best to try and do it. And if you're excited to see whether we can in fact do it, and to see how badly Manchester City destroy us, then don't forget, you can leave a like on the video if you enjoy. And also, don't forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so, and to keep up to date with the nonsense that comes out of this face right here on a regular basis. So, there's not much really to talk about since the last time I was with you. Results-wise, we definitely had a wobble. We went 5 games without a win. I'm not used to that. I don't like that. Which culminated in a loss against Norwich. But then we actually played Swansea, who we struggled against in the last video, in the FA Cup. Pumped them 3-0. I liked that. Beat Plymouth 1-0. Didn't like that as much. It was a bit more of a struggle. But then we destroyed third place West Brom 4-0. This kind of came out of nowhere, and we were dominant. All the goals in the first half. We could have scored more in the second half. We went down to 10 men. We still could have scored more. That's how well we were playing, so that was really good. So I'm hoping 3 on the bounce helps us out against Manchester City. It doesn't. Why am I even trying? So your 11 for the destruction of Charlton Athletic against Manchester City is as follows. It is going to be Iverson in goal, Shahar, Fish, Hall and Sanchez in defence. Riverdoo, Piccolo, Busquets and Udene in midfield with Sims and Phillips up front. We have got an injury to Sanchez. It's not an injury to Sanchez. Sanchez is playing because of a suspension. I got everything wrong in that statement, didn't I? I could re-record it. Why? What's the point? Sam McCallum is suspended because of what you saw in the last game, the red card. So he isn't playing. As a result, we are starting Diego Sanchez, who's had a... Let's be honest, it's been a poor start to his career. And we're going to just quickly let him know that he needs to start playing well. We'll just try and... Because that will actually help his motivation. You're not playing well. Thanks, boss! So we'll just give it a go and we'll see what happens. But other than that, it's a relatively strong team. Our defence is actually the best in the league. And Iverson has started to appear on the clean sheet charts. He's 1 away from being top of it, which is actually quite cool to see. Phillips has still managed to cling on. Despite not scoring in the last few games, up until the last game or two, he's clinging on to that top spot in the goal-scoring charts, which is good. Nelly Sims is plodding along as well. Right. Let's see how we do. Ayub Hall is apprehensive as Erling Haaland is physically stronger. Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you be? But you know what? It's a bit of fun. Let's just go for it. It was this or Sheffield Wednesday. I've managed Sheffield Wednesday before. I quite enjoyed my time there. I don't think that was on YouTube, but I quite enjoyed my time there when I did manage them a few years ago. It was this type of save as well. But we're going to play Manchester City, aren't we? Look at the state of that 11. They've got Pedri. As if it wasn't bad enough already, they've gone and added Pedri into their midfield. Because of course they have. The sneaky little rascals. Oh boy, we're going to get wrecked. I can't wait for this. This is going to be fun. I mean, we're at home. We have home advantage. What I'm hoping is we can just hit them with like a counter punch. We can be good on the counter attack every now and then. And if we can just get going with something from a counter attack, like if we can get Shahar bombing forward and just whipping a low cross in, we could be fine. And do you know what? The last game, actually, which obviously you didn't see, we were whipping low crosses in without me meaning to. We're going to go for it today. Let's try and get those low crosses in. Let's just see whether we can just get the ball into our players' feet, because they tend to be better at their feet. Diego Sanchez does a really, really intelligent thing. Just puts it out for a corner. I know it gives them a chance, but I'd rather the ball just be out. It's been all Man City, as one would expect. I would not expect us to be having a fighting chance in this game, although Piccolo has got the ball. We have possession of the football, but the highlight ends before anything can be done. I suggest nothing was done because we're playing against Manchester City. I don't know if I've mentioned that. We're playing against Manchester City. They are a little bit better than we are. I haven't seen where they are in the league there. Look at the spike in match momentum there. We've got a little bit of match momentum. We've had a shot, and it was on target. And Gvardiol is injured as well, so maybe we need to be attacking him. I am going to have a quick word with Hall, just because we had that red card in the last game. Let's have a quick chat with him. Calm yourself down. He is a little bit worried. Oh my God, we've just tackled them. We've won the possession. That's the moral victory right there. Right, Sanchez, come on, do something good. Get it to Riverdew. Riverdew into Hall. Right, we are passing the ball around here. Into Piccolo, looking for Phillips. See, all my players try to go for Phillips in the air, and he's not very good aerially. He can score the occasional goal or two from aerial positions, but it's very, very rare. And I'd rather my players just not even try it and just pass it into his feet. Right, Hall gets it to Sanchez. Sanchez. It is Sanchez, isn't it? Or if I made it up, it's only about the 5th time I've played him. He gets tackled, but Busquets takes over here. Oh my word. We're in their penalty area. It's 10 o'clock at night. I can't do this. We've just won a penalty against Man City. Piccolo. Charlton 1. Manchester City 0. Piccolo with the penalty. Keeper goes the right way. Doesn't matter. You're not saving it. Piccolo has gone and made it 1-0. Oh my word. No. No, there's no way. There is no way. They've been all over us. Then we get a tiny little bit of possession and we go and do that. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Sure. I don't know how they're doing. Are they having a bad season? I didn't check their morale or anything like that. That shouldn't matter. They should still be able to whop us. They should still be able to absolutely batter us. Big ball over the top to Haaland. This is going to be it here. Erling Haaland, 27 years old, still in his prime. And Iverson's equal to it. I mean, it wasn't a particularly great opportunity. He had players around him. He was getting forced out at an angle. He would have been very lucky to score from there, to be fair. Right, it's whipped in. There it is. Ruben Diaz from a set piece. It is 1-1. The dream's over. This is where they turn around and start crushing us, and we just accept defeat. But it was a nice little moment while it lasted after that penalty. I'm so proud of the boys for the performance they've put in this first half. If we get back in the second half, I don't care. It's almost as good as a title win. It really is. Right. I'm going to say that one. I don't know why I've said we can win this. I wanted just to say that I'm proud of them. Right. You fought. Let's be honest with you guys. You've not played well. Ellis Sims. I know it's Man City. I know I'm being a bit harsh. But I've got the taste of blood and I kind of want to win now. Right. We are going to say the same thing to Wividu. And I'm tempted to take Hall off just because I am concerned about that yellow card. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell Shahar that. Try and motivate Shahar a little bit. I'm going to motivate you. I'm going to motivate you. I don't know if it is motivating them. It feels like it is. If we take Hall off, the problem is Hall is one of our best defenders. I've got Kelland Watts who can come on, who's 2.5 stars. So I'm tempted to keep Hall on. And we'll just go for it. If he gets sent off, he gets sent off. But he's one of our best defenders. He's been playing all right recently. I feel like it would be a mistake to pull him just because of that. What I am going to do is take off Ellis Sims. He got demotivated because I said he wasn't playing particularly as well as he can. I'm going to bring on Finn Azaz, play him as a deep line forward, which is something I've wanted to do since I've remembered he can play as a striker. So let's try it. Why not? Against Man City in the FA Cup. What a time to be alive and to start experimenting with your squad. With a player who's not going to be here after the summer because he's on loan and we're not going to be able to afford him. Right, kick off into the second half. Manchester City with possession. Piccolo has already picked up a yellow card in this half. What an absolute champion he is. Right, Man City, this is where they're just going to outplay us, isn't it? I can already feel it. I can already feel it. Or I mean, I don't know who this goalkeeper is. He's probably very good, but he's not the usual suspects of Manchester City, is he? Right, Singo, who's come on. He's a new signing, I believe. Ruben Diaz now. He's an old signing. Angelo. Into Bernardo Silva. I tell you what, Diego's done a half-decent job. It's poor from Wiradou. It's poor, and that has given them the goal to put them ahead. And it's Wiradou who... yeah, he's been all right this season. He's had the occasional game where he's not been great. He's not been particularly spectacular for the majority of games. It's just... he's just lost concentration there. And Man City are in and it's 2-1. And I'm pulling him straight away. He's not recovering from a big mistake like that. He's not recovering, is he? I'm going to bring on... I'm not going to bring Greg Doherty on. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking about putting Fish there. I thought he was better as a defensive midfielder. I'm not any longer thinking about putting Fish there. What I'm actually thinking of doing is bringing on... I was thinking of Edmonds Green. Do you know what, though? I am actually going to bring on Aaron Henry, because we know Aaron Henry can play that. And what I'm thinking is we bring him on, and I'm debating, do we make him a deep line playmaker? But we've already got a deep line playmaker on the pitch. Okay. Because what I'm thinking is someone... Well, to be fair, let's keep him as a ball-winning midfielder. He's more creative than Wiradou was anyway. So even though he's playing as a ball-winning midfielder, he could do the job there more than well enough. So we'll bring him on for that. Udene's not had the best of games, which is a bit disappointing. It was quite hyped up at the in the pre-match. So I'll tell you what, let's take you off. Bring Jan Bernat on. He's just come back from injury. He's got a crazy game in him every now and then. Let's just try and bank on that and see whether we can get something out of him. I don't know. At the end of the day, this is much closer than it should be. I'm expecting them to turn the afterburners on in a minute. We're not Middlesbrough, who've been whopped 7-1 by Arsenal. So I'm quite proud of this result. I'm going to fire the boys up. Let's just see if we can get another shot. And if we have a shot on target, who knows what could happen. Their goalkeeper could just forget he has hands. Maybe. That's the hope. Right. Perez into Angelo. Angelo. Looking to get the ball in. Diego does a decent job there. Diego's been alright in this game, do you know? Like, his rating's not particularly good, but everything I've seen of him has not been bad. Which is good, because he's been trash for the kind of all the time of the season. The ball went across the box there, and there is the third. Chouameni. Got Chouameni. Right, Man City need to stop it. They're just hoarding players at this point. Like, the talent they've got is us. If they're not top of the Premier League, then I'll be outraged. I'll be outraged. Of course, we're looking at this. This could be our future next season if we get promoted. Just week after week of this. I don't want it. I've changed my mind. Can I go back to League One? I want to go back to the safety of League One, please. I enjoyed winning all the time. It's game over. I've accepted it at this point. Do you know what, though? It's been quite fun. I just want to have a look at their tactics quickly. I'm just going to pause. So they're playing with... So they're doing the classic Man City thing. They've got two inverted fullbacks who are going to cut in. Diaz is the libero. I feel like that's a bit bold, but he comes forward to join Rodri. So then they've got their 3 and their 2, and then everyone else just bombs forward. And their playmaker is Pedri out on the wing at the moment. I'm assuming. Are him and Foden like switching? Because Foden did not start there, and Pedri did not start there. That's outrageous. I'm outraged. I'm outraged at how jealous I am of that. Do you know what? I'm going attacking. Why not? Let's just try and get another goal. Let's try and make it 3-2 just for the fun of it. Right, 76 minutes. We've got a couple more substitutions left. We've got 2 more stoppages left as well. I'll bring Doherty on for... I'll bring him on for Udene. Udene's had a poor game. And we'll swap you 2 around. I'll play Doherty at the base of the midfield, which is hilarious because his tackling's awful. So I don't know why I think he's a good defensive midfielder, but I like to play him there. And I'll swap him for Aaron Henry, who actually has got well, I say half decent by 1 more point, semi-decent tackling. Right, Piccolo, we'll change you to a centre mid on support. We'll change you to a, where is it, a Mazzala on support because you prefer to be that. Doherty, do you know what? I will change you to a playmaker. Your playmaker is not particularly good, but it's better than being a ball-winning midfielder. And then for my final trick, I'll be, I'll bring Scully on. Because why not? Yeah, 2 midfielders as strikers. Yeah, sure. Let's see the game out, shall we? Again, it's not as bad as that. And even if it gets as bad as that in these final stages, I'm still quite happy with the fact that we managed to land a few hits on them. I mean, look at the momentum in the second half. We have had chances. We have had momentum. We have looked good at moments against them. And it's just the fact that they have that little bit more quality. That extra money gives you. And that is all it is. It's just they've got the ability to pay that extra money. Deflected goal. Jeremy Doku makes it 4-1. Oh, that's harsh. I think we've been a bit better value than that. I think 3-1 would have been more than fair. It's a deflected goal as well. It's not an own goal or anything, but I saw the deflection. You saw the deflection. We're going to see it again here. Doku. I don't even know if he did actually. Might have got off the keeper actually, but it didn't go off the defender, I don't think. So maybe I was being a bit harsh there. It is what it is. Got a corner. Oh my God. Can we get another? Please. Please. Let us have one. Come on. What's one goal to you guys? There's 7 minutes of added time. You can make it look convincing. Come on, boys. Right, Doherty. He's found Scully, He's found Scully, And we've gone and got one back. The moral victory is ours, and I won't hear anything else said otherwise. And I'm happy. I'm actually happy at Scully. I've given him a lot of rubbish this season about how he's not good enough for this level. He's a League One player at best. But he has chipped in with the occasional goal. And there we go. And Doherty actually with the assist as the playmaker. So I tell you what an inspired bit of tactical fiddling that is. Is he good enough to call me a tactical genius today? Probably not. We have lost the game. But still, we haven't lost it quite as badly. Middlesbrough could only put 1 against Arsenal and conceded 7. We've conceded 3 less and scored 1 more. Means we're 3 times better than Middlesbrough. Maths is not my strong suit. We lost the game. And I'm okay with it. I'm absolutely fine with it. We did ourselves proud. We've motivated the boys. And the motivation is the key thing because the big one is next. And the big one is against Bristol City. And I don't know about you, but I'd quite like to beat Bristol City because they've got a healthy gap. But we have got a game in hand on them. So if we win our game in hand, we'll be 1 point behind them. So it is a switcheroo of what happened before. It's just a question of whether we can get that switcheroo to go in our favour. Right, speaking of which, I will be back for that game. We apparently only got 3 grand, but we didn't because we'll have the gate money. But the gate money won't be that much, that's the thing. So, I don't know. Match day income. Yeah, it's not really done much, which is a bit disappointing. If we'd gone to the Etihad, we'd have got a lot more money. But it is what it is. Finances are okay. I mean, we have lost a decent chunk this season, but we've spent, although we made money as well, but our wages have gone up dramatically to cover the fact that we're now in a different league, and we're still really low on our wages compared to the rest of the league. Right, enough waffling. Let's go. Let's lick our wounds. We've got 3 days to do it, and then we play Bristol City. Wish me luck. Just to confirm, Manchester City, top of the Premier League on 64 points. Although Arsenal are chasing them down. They've got a game in hand and they're only 1 point behind. Where are Aston Villa? They're in 10th place. Good old mid-table Aston Villa. Good to see them back in their place. Interestingly, actually, just to point out while I'm on this page, Luton are currently without manager. They've currently got this guy who is the caretaker manager. I have been linked with the job, but I've not had a job offer. And I don't think if I got the job offer, I would take it because they're 7 points off safety with 8 games left. I mean, what a challenge that would be. Like an immediate kind of, can you get them to survive? 7 points off safety, and obviously we've got to rely on Brighton slipping up as well. What a thing that would be. I mean, I'm not banking on it, but it is definitely something that's come up because I've got the available jobs on here. You can see at the bottom of it, Luton is there, and I've had emails asking, like people from the media asking me about it. I've kept quiet because I feel like that's the right thing to do, but if I find it, I'm not the favourite anymore, but I don't know whether I was the favourite, but I was being linked with it, so, you know, make of that what you will. Anyway, back to the matter at hand. We are against Bristol City today, who are above us in the table. They're in first, we are in second. Let's see whether we can do something to try and nudge that back. Nudge? Words, Stu. Nudge it back in the direction of our favour. It is going to be Iverson in goal, Shahar, Fish, Hall, McCallum in defence, Edmonds, Green, Udene, Doherty and Azaz in the middle with Sims and Phillips up front. We have reverted back to having McCallum back. He is back after his suspension. I've had a bit of a tweak with the midfield. I've not changed anything majorly. Doherty is going to be the playmaker after that sensational pass. I mean, that isn't the only reason he's in there, because I don't feel confident with anyone else, and he got a good rating in the last game, and he's fresh, so why not? Udene's gone to Mazzala. He can play well at Mazzala, and that allows Azaz to come back into the team as well, because he has been very good for us this season, ignored the last 5 games, which I am going to remind him about. But, yeah, the last game, I'm almost kind of treating that as a game that we don't need to ever think about ever again. It's almost like it's not canon. It's not canon. It's not part of the main story. It's a side quest, and you're allowed to fail side quests with the main quest still going very, very well. I'm convincing myself of this point. We'll just try and motivate everyone as best as we can. We are at home. Didn't help us against Manchester City, but this is not Manchester City. This is Bristol City, who we should be able to defeat. Although they've got a couple of handy players in there, notably Liam Delap, who, if you've watched Ipswich in the Premier League this season, as I'm recording this, obviously, he has scored a fair few goals. Formerly highly regarded at Manchester City as a youngster as well. He's a good player. He's a decent striker, and he's going to be a tricky one to kind of get through. Gavin Bazunu is their goalkeeper as well. I want to say he's not originally, but I think he's more well known for being at Southampton. Was a decent goalkeeper there, and we've gone ahead. Ellie Sims has gone and put it in the back of the net inside 2 minutes. It's 1-0, and we have started off very well indeed, but now we need to maintain that. The Valley is rocking. Look at the bodies in the seats. It's really good to see. From when we started and we were getting like 10,000 in the stadium, it's good to see it full. It's not been full every week. I did have a quick double check. It's not been full every week, but we have sold it out a number of times this season. This has got to be close to, if not a sellout, with the amount of bodies in here and with how important this game is as well. Now, that will not put us top of the table. It will get us a point within it. And here's the important thing, which I didn't talk about before, because yes, we'll get a point. We'll get 1 point away from them if we win our game in hand. But because today's game is against them, we still have that game in hand. So we can go within a point and have another chance at 3 points to go ahead of them. We could still go top of the table once we're level after all of the points. That's really annoying. Phillips has got a good goal there, but it's offside. It's well offside as well. He does that every now and then. That's the one thing I don't like about him. Every now and then he doesn't run very well. A quick set piece there. I mean, that just kind of happened there. I thought it might have actually curved out of play on the goal line. It didn't, obviously. The game would have picked that up. But I, for a second, thought it was a possibility. We have been very, very good in this game to begin with. However, there was an opportunity there that we didn't take. And also with the goal with Phillips, we didn't take it as well. So it worries me a little bit. Now, Edmonds Green's not had a particularly good game. I am actually going to change him to a halfback because he's done halfback for me before. I'm going to attempt to ease off tackles, though, because he's on a yellow card. Right, Phillips now. Simple pass to McCallum. McCallum to Azaz. Azaz, let's see a little bit of magic from him today, maybe. Cuts back, goes to McCallum. Into Doherty. My door's opened. That's not ideal. Let's close that. I normally pause and do that, but we're just doing it live on camera there. In the process of which, I'll take my eye off the ball, and all of a sudden, Bristol City are attacking. I don't like the fact that they're attacking now. Can we get the ball off of them, please? James Bree whipping it in, looking for Liam Delap, who I mentioned beforehand. I thought he'd just got it over the keeper then. Oh, I was nearly very annoyed, but I'm not. Right, we're letting them in the game now. We're letting them in the game. They're starting to get a bit of a foothold. We need to try and kind of knock them off of it. Liam Delap, tell you what, I shouldn't have bigged him up before the game because there it is. And James Bree, of all people, has gone and got a goal. And it's 1-1. I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy. We've let them into the game. We've had chances. We've not taken them. And then this happens. Liam Delap's done a really good job at being a facilitator here, actually. And of all people, James Bree. I should mention, they're playing a diamond as well. You probably have noticed it on this screen. Diamond versus diamond today. And at the moment, we are literally cancelling each other out. Although we've had more of the ball, more shots. Although our passing is a little bit disappointing. Theirs is slightly better than ours. It's kind of going to and fro. But at half-time, it is 1-1. You'd probably expect it to be 1-1, actually. Because, you know, we are obviously very evenly matched teams. Right, Finn, you're not doing very well. You two, you're not doing very well. You're not doing very well. Notice a bit of a trend here, lads. You're not doing very well. Shahar, you can do better. You're not doing terribly, but you can do better. Right, I'm going to make some changes. Change number 1. Edmonds Green. Not had a good game. I'll give Wiradoo a chance. Let's bring him on. Shall we change him to a ball-winning midfielder? Let's let him play as that for a bit. Change number 2. Finn Azaz. Not had a good game. Udane can go there. And then we're going to bring on Aaron Henry. Because we know Aaron Henry can just come off the bench and just bring some magic into a game. So let's do that. A little bit more energy in the midfield. We're putting in a more informed player into the middle of the attacking midfield spot. Let's see whether that does make a difference. Probably won't, but it doesn't hurt to try something different. Right, second half. We have the ball straight away. McCallum trying to get it to Udane. Udane tries to get it to Phillips. Can't quite get him there. Right, they launch it forward. Hall's going to get that. And now we have a chance to build from the back. Right, Fish. Waiting for players to go back into position. Gets it to Shahar. Into Henry. Henry. Back to Shahar. Heavy touch from Shahar. Could do without that, really. Big ball forward. Looking for Liam Delap. Hall manages to beat him to it. Udane gets it to Shahar. And now here we come again. Shahar. Running forward, being the attacking outlet into Henry. Henry into the box here. His pass is cut out. And now Bristol City have another opportunity to get forward here. This is end-to-end stuff, but their pass is lacking. And all of a sudden, we have another chance now. Doherty bursting from the midfield. Going out wide here. He has got McCallum behind him. McCallum hasn't even bothered trying, no. It was all Doherty and Aaron Henry, the substitute. What did I say? He comes off the bench, he makes things happen, he's gone and made something happen, he's got in the right spot at the right time as the Mazzala, and he's made it 2-1, and we lead. And this will put us, if it stays like this, a point behind Bristol City with a game in hand on them. Get in there, boys. I'll have that. I'll have some of that. Delightful. Now we need to maintain it because we didn't do a very good job of that last time. Udane, by the way, moving to attacking midfield. I think that's just his position now, and Finn Azaz is going to have to adapt to that. Because Udane has proven himself in a short amount of time to be a little bit more consistent than Azaz has been. Azaz has had moments of brilliance. Oh, good interception, but we managed to get it back, actually. Azaz has kind of had moments of brilliance, but Udane just feels like he's been a bit more consistent in such a short amount of time. It's offside. It's offside, surely. It's not. It's not. How is that not offside? I need to see this. Sims makes it 3. This is exactly what I want to happen. But I don't know how this is a thing. Right, Henry here. I mean, Sims is well offside here. And then Shahar. Did he technically play it? Did he get level with him before we passed the ball? Right, we're going to see from here. That is so tight. To me, that is so tight. I want to change it to... Okay. I can't zoom in on this. But I'm just trying to see. To me, Shahar is behind him. However, his foot might just be further forward than the rest of his body. Because I'm assuming Shahar is the blue line. Wow. That is tight, though. That is ridiculously tight. I'm not going to be able to get it back to what it was before the end of the highlight. But it counts. Doesn't matter what I think. The referee said it was onside. The linesman said it was onside. We have got our third goal. Ellis Sims has got his second goal. I forgot he scored the first one. And we increase our lead, give ourselves a bit of room. And now we have a counter-attack. Phillips, he's got no one with him. He's not necessarily the best dribbler or passer. Henry's made it work, though. And Aaron, this guy, he's nothing special, but you bring him on the pitch. Don't start him. Bring him on as a sub at half-time or in the second half. And he just gives you a bit of magic. Ball into Henry here. I don't like this camera. This is not the camera that we had. I don't know which one it was. I'm assuming it was probably director, so I'll change it to director. But I don't like that camera. Let's tell you what. Let's go with behind goal for get another goal. But we're 4-1 up all of a sudden, and all of a sudden Bristol City need to start looking over their shoulder at us. Utter madness. 2 goals for Henry, 2 goals for Sims. Lovely stuff. Phillips had a decent game without scoring as well, which is good to see. Right, Doherty, we're going to take you off. I'm going to bring on Busquets. And then I'm going to bring Mark McGuinness on in defence. We're going to give Hall a bit of a break. And we'll go with that. Mark McGuinness hasn't really hit the ground running the signing from Luton, which is a bit disappointing. I'm hoping that something will just click with him. Maybe we just need to tweak a few things on the tactic for him. They've gone and scored another one from a set piece immediately after I brought on a defender. That feels like not a great indictment for the defender I've just brought on. Right. Who is it here? It's Fish. Fish and Sims. Okay. Nothing to do with McGuinness. That makes me feel a little bit better about it. Fish was having a good game up until that point as well. It is what it is. I'm not angry about that. We're 4-2 up. We should have enough of a buffer. Although they are having a bit of a renaissance in this half, as you could probably see from there. Right. Final change. I mean, the game is still running. I thought I'd paused it. Obviously, I haven't. I'm thinking Shahar, as well as he's played, should we take him off? No, because Edmonds Green is off the pitch already because I already took him off. I mean, there's no one I really want to take off other than Shahar, but I can't, and McCallum, who I don't want to. I mean, I could take off Udene, but Udene's had a decent game. But do you know what? Let's bring on Banat for a bit. Let's just do that. Give Udene a bit of a break, because he has been a bit of a superstar for us. But we don't want to destroy him and wreck him. We want to give him a bit of a break. Right, corner here for Henry. Can't get it on the head of anyone. Busquets. We put it in. Looking for the head of Sims. Oh, imagine if Sims had got a hat-trick there. What a beautiful thing that would have been. Right, Bazunu. Looking to get the ball forward. He's taking his time with it. He doesn't really have time to take his time. He does need to launch it forward sooner rather than later. Right, McGuinness. I don't know who was at fault there, McGuinness or Busquets. Both of them have been very suspect this season. But Shahar does now have the ball, which is good to see. Right, looking for Henry. Can't quite find him. Wivadu can't quite win the header there. I think we're going to end up with the ball here. We do. Right, Fish into McGuinness. Let's get the ball forward again. Shahar. Tiring Shahar, but he's still going. Ball to Sims. Is it going to be a hat-trick? No. The ball came to Phillips. He's been tackled. It's a penalty. Sims has got an opportunity for a hat-trick here. It's James... Never mind. Aaron Henry has got a chance for a hat-trick. And do you know what? He deserves it. He's kind of turned the game around. It was his introduction that really set the tone for what has been a very, very good performance by us. That first half, we looked good, but we were not as clinical as we have been in the second half. And it's really, really good to see him get a hat-trick. I'm a little bit gutted Sims hasn't got one. Still a little bit of time to get a 6th. I don't think it's going to happen, though. I'll take 5-2, though. I'll take that all day long. Go on, make a mistake, Bazunu. Oh, I thought he might be going towards Sims there, and Sims might be able to nick in front of it. It was nowhere near in the end, but I just had a bit of a hope. Right, big ball forward. They're looking for one of their attackers. Can't quite find him, but the ball has fallen back to them. But now they're giving it away. Busquets. Oh, I thought it was a poor pass. He's actually found it Sims in the end. That's really good going. Right, Shahar getting the ball to Sims into Phillips, and Josh Phillips has got another offside goal. Oh, he goes through patches like this. He goes through patches where he just cannot get the ball in the back of the net. It's his second disallowed goal of the game. I feel sorry for the kid. Sims can't get it, but Busquets does. And Oriol Busquets has just gone and scored an absolute pile driver. His first of the season in March. It's taken a while. It's fine, don't question it. It's Henry again who's involved. A big free kick. Bernat heads it down. And I'm sorry. Did you just see the technique on that? Guy's been trash most of the season. He's gone and done this. Big ball in. Headed down. Hello. Well, that'll do. Well, that will do. I don't quite know why this screen has popped up. I'm alright. I don't need any more changes. I can't make any anyway. Well, at least Sims didn't get the 6th goal. Oriol Busquets did. In some spectacular fashion. I'm alright with it. I'm alright with it. Didn't do well against Manchester City. I'm alright with it. I forgot to change the game speed. Sorry. Bear with me a moment. Oh, that's too fast. There we go. That's better. Right, Shahar. Can we get a 7th? Ellis Sims. He's gone and got his hat-trick, ladies and gentlemen. He's gone and got his hat-trick. We've got 2 hat-tricks in this game. We've just bodied the top of the league, the team that have been, like, chasing us this season, since we kind of stepped up to the top of the league. The team that we really struggled with on the opening day of the season that we drew against. And we've gone and bodied them. 3 goals from Sims, 3 goals from Henry, a wonder goal from Busquets. And although Phillips hasn't scored, he scored 2 disallowed goals and has had a good game. Cool. I'm happy. I'm very happy. That'll do. That will do. What a performance that was. I mean, after the Man City game as well. That's the ultimate kind of like, let's show everyone what we're really about. Let's go and wreck a team. And we have wrecked them. And that means our goal difference is the best in the league. And we are 1 point behind them with a game in hands. I think we're going up. At this point, we've got 7 games left. I'm pretty sure we're going up. I mean, how do you pick a man of the match after that performance? But apparently it's Ellis Sims. I'll go with that. I'll go with that. What a game that was. Right. Well, I mean, we've got some absolute heroes in there. Some absolute heroes. Aaron Henry. I can't start him. This is the problem. Because he does that off the bench. So I can't actually start him. But what a performance he had. A bit disappointed with Finn Azaz, but Udane, I think, has earned his position just playing there all the time. Maybe Finn Azaz plays as playmaker here. If we want to get him in the 11. I mean, he could just be a backup striker. His passing actually isn't particularly fantastic, so maybe he's not that. I mean, he can play as Mazzalov on attack, so, I mean, there's a hope for him. But at the moment, he goes out the team. He just does. Busquets, I think, has earned a bit of a reprieve. He can come back in. And Doherty didn't do particularly well. Piccolo can come back in. I'm setting up the team for the next game. I don't really know why I'm doing it now, but I am. Right, speaking of the next game, I think at this point, we just go to the end of the season. We've got Fulham, we've got Birmingham. I think we just go through to there because we're not going to have, unless there's a massive drop-off of West Brom, Birmingham, Sunderland's, I don't think... I mean, we need a 6-point gap to be clear of the teams in the playoff places. I'll keep an eye on it, but I've got a feeling we'll probably still have something to play for by the second to last game. And then we'll probably still have the actual championship title to play for as well. So we will come back for those final 2 games of the season. Again, against Fulham, against Birmingham. Just a reminder, last time we played Fulham, we beat them. And last time we played Birmingham, it was a draw at St Andrews. So... let's see what we can do at Craven Cottage on our home ground, the Valley. Just to point out as well, Bristol City, we actually didn't sell the ground out, but you can see Man City and West Brom, 2 absolute sellouts. The last game before that was not a sellout, but pretty busy against Swansea, pretty busy against Norwich. The lowest one was Hull in recent times, and against Stoke. And to be fair, Hull as well. Hull was pretty low. So you can see from kind of this point here, that's kind of, I mean, again, it jumped up again there against QPR. It was ridiculously busy. Against Leeds, it was quite busy as well. We've had some good attendances this season. It's not been perfect, but I am quite proud of it. Right, I've just seen how long this video was. I think it's because the amount of times that I watched Busquets' goal. We're going to go away. I'm going to go to sleep because as I'm now recording this, it's 10 past 11. I need to lie down. I need to let everyone around me go to sleep, my neighbours and also people in the house. And, yeah, let's see whether we can I don't want to get promoted. I really don't. After that Man City game. Because that was them not even trying. Oh, God. Well, it is what it is. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, again, don't forget, leave a big like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It's free to do so. You'll make me really happy. You'll keep up to date with the content on the channel. What's not to love? I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you next time. Cheers.